Okay, we're live. Greg is coming, but we are live. I'm messing around with some sounds here, but I can't. I'm not going to mess with these now. But what's going on, everybody? What is up? Hi, guys. I'm going to wait till some guys hop on here, see what's good with everyone. It is the final countdown. We'll talk probably a little bit more about the expo tonight. And group layout 3. I'll shift it there soon. I don't know why he said I sent the link at 8:28 and he said I didn't get the link. I don't know. So, updated press conference schedule and tools to plan your time at Equip. Yeah, there is a decent amount of stuff there. So, but looking forward to the expo tonight. Oh, I just twisted that. Looking forward to the expo, and tonight we're having pizza later. So, kind of a late night. My wife was out late with my son. She teaches fitness class, and baby was at the in-laws. So I don't call him baby. He's not a baby. He's 2.5 years old. So, but maybe Cameron Duncan with the Lawn Care Life in Missouri will hop on and say hey to us tonight. That's the correct answer. Every time Cameron gets on, he keeps the conversation going. Conversation is exciting too. So, man, today's been quite the dry one. I tell you that. It's been quite the dry day. Still waiting for Greg. I don't know where he is, but we are live everywhere. So, it's funny. I ended up doing an aeration for my neighbor. Let's just say my neighbor doesn't speak very good English. And he asked me to do it yesterday to cut his lawn and to aerate. And it was about 6:30 tonight, and I kind of forgot. And he called me and he left me a voicemail. Maybe I'll play it there on a future show. But he left me a pretty funny voicemail, and it was broken. It was basically like cut lawn and poke holes. So I went over there and I did it. Got $100. Took me like 50 minutes. It was fun. So can't beat that, honestly. He's a good guy. I mean, aside from not being able to speak English, he's a pretty good guy. Got to decipher a lot of things, but that's okay. We were over there last night too when he asked me, and he was showing me all these videos on Facebook Reels and YouTube Shorts, and it was all Indian music. He was trying to get my son to dance. It was basically that stuff. So it was it was pretty funny, and the wife can speak pretty good English, and the kids he's got kids that are young and they speak perfect English, and they excel, and they're really sweet and they're really nice kids, and but him, yeah, it's kind of hard to connect. But he said he had a whole bunch of friends that he had Smoothie King. I don't know why this is still here. He said he had a whole bunch of friends that wanted aerations too, and the Indian people, they network well. So I said, sure, send them over. I would love to. Would definitely love to aerate their lawns. That'd be fun. Huh. So it's like it's 5 after since I sent the link and Greg asked for it. I'm surprised he didn't hop on right away. Maybe he got his mower stuck, or maybe he was quadruple cutting a lawn. You know, one put it past him. So, but I am hungry for some pizza tonight. That's what my stomach feels like right about now. We're getting Two Guys Pizza tonight. It's a local favorite. We bounce around between um, Two Guys and Primo's Pizza. They're both very good pizzas. I don't know why. The little Facebook icon for the Turf Nerds right now is it's like a broken picture, but when you go to the page, it's an actual picture. I dislike trying to figure out all this stuff. I really do. But people are just going to be watching on the phone, and they're not going to be okay. Then it's fine here on the phone. Maybe it's something with the Brave browser. I'm not sure. Really not sure at all what's going on with that. But says we are live and we are in action, guys, and
We'll do it live.
that's for when you guys listen to that. But yeah, so $100, 50 minutes or so, 55 minutes. So basically $50 to mow his lawn and $50 for the aeration. Not Normally, I'd probably mow his lawn for 40. Then aerations are usually double, so the aeration should have been probably like, I don't know, 80, and his lawn for 40. But he's a neighbor. Hey, Joe, there he is, Mexican in my household. Yeah, here we go, Joe. This one's for you, Joe. This might be your intro music, Joe. A little teaser. We're getting our buddy Joe here on the show this weekend. That's all we will say. We don't want to divulge too much information, Joe, but Joe eats, breathes, and sleeps mowers, and he especially likes the Cub Cadets. I do too. I do have one. I also have the Toro Multiforce, which Joe probably could care less for that, but he is the pro with the Cub Cadets. Here, hold on a minute. Joe's been helping me and walking me through a potential repair that I hopefully am going to do. Turns out you can't warranty any of your stuff unless it's through a dealer, which makes sense, but I tried to call anyways and still ask, and they said, no, you got to go through the dealer, and my dealer never really pushed on it because dealer never really pushed Kawasaki on it because it was 6 months out of warranty. They said if it was 2 or 3 months out of warranty, then they would have pursued it. But I'm kind of disappointed in Weingarts that they didn't try to pursue this more. The Cub Cadet was leaking oil on the oil drain hose, and they diagnosed it, and they said it was the oil drain hose in an O-ring, and they wanted $360. That's like highway robbery right there. So Joe Dunbar said that it's pretty easy to do. Just unscrew the hose, put a new one on. I think it also comes with an O-ring. Not entirely sure, but yeah, I'm just gotta go pick up the mower, the Cub Cadet, tomorrow, and actually I just asked them, hey, how much is this gonna be? I don't really think that an O-ring is very expensive, and also that oil drain hose. Any part that you get here, I mean, we can talk about that. Any part from Cub Cadet, they're pretty expensive parts. The mower will be not as expensive, but the Cub Cadet part itself, they kind of do this. So like they mark their mower down. It's an affordable rate and then or cost, and then blades, 6 mulching blades, $250. Their regular high lift blades are like basically over $100 a set. Any spare like OEM part, like even Toro and Exmark has cheaper OEM parts. It's ridiculous, but that's just the industry and how things go and where the trends are. And I just hope that we'll get to a point where when it says like more than just assembled in the USA, like I want like it to say made in the USA and assembled in the USA. Like I want a mower to have been 100% built in the United States of America, because that's what we are. Wait, America. So you got any American drops here right now, like a bald eagle. Oh yeah, probably do like a bald eagle. I probably can't play half of these drops here, but bald eagle. Bald eagle. This is what we get on lives. It's different. So we want the mowers to be made in America. That's what we want right there, guys. And I think they would actually be less expensive. Well, I mean, you would think, and more affordable if everything was built here, because they wouldn't have to ship their parts from China. So yeah, I guess it's just because they can't get any quality labor here, so they just outsource their parts overseas and ship them over here because they can get a whole bunch for what are you paying for high lifts? It was over like $100 a set, Joe. So yeah, they wanted over $100 a set for OEM MTD blades, and I always buy the actual blades I'm pretty much a stickler. I mean, Oregon blades aren't the greatest, and I've tried a whole bunch of random aftermarket blades, but I'm a stickler to the OEM blades, and I like them because it's weird that Joe's that's weird. So Joe's comment comes up as like a question icon after. That's pretty cool. But I've always been the one just to buy OEM blades because they're built the best and they're thicker and they're higher quality. Sure, you might pay a little bit more, but Cub Cadet blades are more expensive than Toro and Exmark and other brands, and they're really overpriced. And it is what it is. So you just got to roll with it, and we can write that off. But I see guys out there, guys, they buy all these aftermarket blades, and I think Ballard might have some decent blades, but I'm not all turned on to Ballard's blades yet because I did run a pair, and they're just thicker, and they're just a thicker set of blades, and they still get dinged up though too. So, and I sharpen every 8 to 12 hours. I'm not paying over 75. Yeah, that is true. I mean, the MTDs are nice because they're a tad more indestructible, but just the price is just killing me, absolutely killing. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I've tried the Copperhead blades, super high lifts from Oregon. Obviously, we OEM blades. We talk about that all day. 810 parts. I think I had one too. This is funny. Greg asked for the link, and he's like totally just MIA. Greg, where art thou, Greg?
Hello, this is Greg.
I'm not sure why he didn't hop on like right away. I told him I'm basically bouncing here at literally going to be bouncing at 9 o'clock. So we out here, we're having some fun a bit tonight. Knocked out. I mean, how many lawns did we knock out? We didn't cut 5. I think we knocked out like 26 or 27. I sadly had to skip. A couple were prepays, so it wasn't that bad. But sadly, I had to skip. I don't skip. I have the rule that I never skip lawns. But when they're literally this brown, lawns are that brown, you just can't cut them. You're just going to do more damage than good. And you know what? I don't know really about like you guys, but are the grubs bad for you guys out right now? They haven't been that bad this year. Neighbor, I aerated his lawn. He had one small section, and I just told him just to buy some Scott's grub control stuff online, which that'll probably just get the job done. Like for your average homeowner, I just said, hey, buy the grub control, and so he did. And but the grubs haven't been as bad this year as they were last year, and I'm curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are on that. Where they come from? Do ducks, geese, animals bring them in? I mean, sure, they're just insects, but like, what attracts them? I mean, I know skunks eat the grubs, but what do you guys treat grubs with? It's always something to kind of throw it out there and to ask and leave a comment. I mean, guys who are in the grub control or FERT business or the treatment business, I mean, they know far all too well, and just want to hear from you about that. But the meat and potatoes of the show tonight, what I really want to talk about is the excitement for the expo, and we'll keep hitting this like a dead horse, is beating a dead horse. And don't know if you guys got your Equip Expo Mega Magazine. That was pretty darn sweet, and we're excited. And obviously, we're gonna go to Greg and I are for a little bit the welcome reception at the Churchill Downs First Turn Club. We were there last year. This is actually a lot of fun, and they actually had good food there. I was impressed. I really was. I think that they had a good amount of food and beverages for the people who like that. And to kick off the 2025 with flair at the welcome reception, 6:30 to 9. Every trade show registration, great food and drinks. 6:30 to 9. Route 1. Hyatt Regency, Route 2, Sealbach Hotel. Well, it was the Churchill Downs First Turn Club was pretty packed last year, and I think it's a pretty historic venue. And I would encourage you guys. I mean, some guys are like, "Oh, well, I don't want to come to the welcome reception." No, get there a day early. Take that extra day and do it. I know we have some guys who are going to be doing the Mulligan's 5K fun run, which it's not that bad, but I think that's during the prayer breakfast that we're going to be going to at the Crown Plaza Hotel. Here, let's just go to tradesforchrist.org here. Christ.org. I'm going to spell that wrong. It's Trade for Christ. It helps when you spell it the right way, guys. Tradesforchrist.org. Doesn't want to reach trades. This is weird. For Or there we go. No. Okay. Is my internet out? This is really weird. Cannot go to tradesforchrist.org. So Google. Let's just Google this here. Trades for Christ. Awesome. Let's get to repeat myself over and over until it shows up. Yeah, right here. Nonprofit. Oh, it's Trades for Christ. It's tradesforchrist.com. Why did I think it was tradesforchrist.org? Maybe it was. Well, the Crown Plaza Hotel, Wednesday the 27th at 7 a.m. But I think the doors are at 6:30. I mean, we've been hitting this hard, and then you're basically out there by 8:15. Plenty of time to get on over to the Expo Center by then. But that's weird. I always thought it was tradesforchrist.org. Man, I didn't know it was .com. Now I feel bad about that. But yeah, just kind of just perusing through some of the expo. We talked about the welcome reception. Some people are doing the Mulkins 5K fun run. But you know, it's less than 3 weeks away, and I'm pumped for it. I want to break from the action. It's always good to take 2 weeks out of the year to get away, do stuff, plan it between your mowing, and if you have enough side jobs, and you're not wasting any money there on mowing. Talked about already that we skipped a couple yards today. Just sadly had to skip just because it was so. Everything was just so brown today, like brown as my shorts. Sometimes when I eat the wrong things while I am mowing. And yeah.
Uh-oh.
And so I don't know why that repeated twice. I apparently clicked on it twice. And so it was still good. It's still nice to lay down brown stripes. And I was still cutting everything on 3-2-5. And the people who do irrigate, their lawns were growing. So that's the nice part about that. But we're just kind of going over kind of some of the basic things of the expo this year on the 22nd. So you get the that fun run. They got Tree Care Arena giveaway. That'll be kind of fun. I mean, I think they're always just giving away stuff here, like at the show. Scan your badge in Freedom Hall near the Tree Care product showcase, and you can walk away with some amazing prizes from our sponsors. I mean, if you guys do this right, you can really, like, I heard some guys walk away with like 20 hats, which is pretty funny. They have the exhibitor spotlight stage. Let's see. Okay, they're just going to be like rotating through like Milwaukee, John Deere, Greenworks, things like that. That's right. I think Stihl will also be on that. Stihl will also be on that stage. As always, Stihl has the $5,000 dealer giveaway. They always have this here. Dealers. How does a chance to win $5,000? Okay, I didn't know. I didn't really even know that dealers can win that. That must not be for the regular attendees, unless I'm reading that completely wrong. I have no idea. So, Jesse Cole, Savannah Bananas, they're the crazy baseball team. Basically, Greg saw them in Colorado, which is pretty fun. They're like a loopy, goony baseball team. Yeah, a baseball and sports entertainment phenomenon. Sponsored by Crest Tool. Any of you guys like Crest? Here we go. Joe Pro X660 Sweet Spot is 3.75. Amazing stripes. That's good to also talk about what's your sweet spot for cutting. Joe, I think I might take you up on that, because I've been cutting everything on 3.5. When I do mow with the Cub Cadet, I lock that puppy and that sucker right in there at 3.5, but I'm going to try that 3.75. All mowers kind of have that sweet spot, and I think the Multiforce is really good on 3.25 or 3.5. It does cut well on 3, but I think it's a little scalpy. I think the Exmark decks are they're easier to kind of like level out than the Toro Multiforce. I've leveled my Multiforce like deck like 5 times, and it's pretty much accurate. But I think my yokes and linkages are starting to wear. So what are they doing here? So okay, dealer giveaways. Jesse Cole, Wednesday. Vermeer. What do you guys know about Vermeer Game Day Live? What is this? Of course, it's Of course, Jamison's doing another thing. I don't know, Vermeer though, but they're a big old brand though. They're industrial equipment, and so I think they're in like the construction world too. And guys use these for their hardscape jobs and landscaping jobs, outdoor demo appearances from Marty Grunder, and for a chance to win a $2,500 attachment credit. Yeah, what's a $2,500 attachment credit gonna dent any? It's not even gonna dent any of the products. Some of these attachments for that type of equipment is huge. I mean, that's nice that they're doing that, but that's my opinion. That's like not enough. We have guys in there. They're like trying to make a whole bunch of, try to make money and try and do that. Like obviously every day here at the expo, got the $1,000 daily West Wing giveaway. That's nice. Fourth Street Live Wednesday night block party. Got the morning show on Thursday. More tree care stuff. They're going to be doing a product scrimmage with Vermeer. Here's an interesting one. The battery powered landscape. Navigating the shift to battery power. Well, I'll be honest, not the biggest fan of the battery powered equipment, but I always have like a listening ear for it. Cool Weather Fescue loves to be cut at 3.5 to 4.25 for healthy, long-lasting turf. And Joe, it's funny. That almost sounds like a commercial that someone would do. Cool Weather Fescue loves to be cut at 3.5 to 4.25 for long-lasting turf. Yeah, no, you are right about that, Joe. Better stripes always happen. Stripes pop more when the lawns are cut higher. But if you want to keep up, sometimes you got to butcher low. I'm saying butcher low. No, don't brown out, but cutting it tighter than leaving it longer is better when you're trying to, keep things in that maintenance zone and have it so you don't have to double cut every single week. 15 years in the grind, no one's ever came at me and said, "Oh, hey, you're mowing it too low." No, never. It's usually this. I mean, we talked about this on last show too, about clients who overwater. They overwater big time. So it is what it is. It's their money. Hey, look, Joe, might like to hear this, Joe. The Bobcat. So we have actually a Bobcat demo mower. It's a 52 inch, the ZS4000. They're going to be giving away a Bobcat ZT 7000. I think that's a rider. That is a rider. That is that might be one of the big block ones on there too. I don't really. Not all familiar with their product. Yeah, okay. So this is their rider that they gave away a 7. Yeah, okay. This one here. What is the? I'm looking for the engine. Where they got in this placement? Do it in horsepower, not like that. Okay, 60. So the Kawasaki FX1000. I think that's the 38 horsepower, isn't that? I thought it was. Yeah, 38.5 horsepower. So if they give away one of those, that'll be real good. I've just switched on over to the stand-on game so much. I mean, Bobcat is giving one away. We'll obviously try to put our names in there to win that. But you guys ever win like actually any prizes from these companies? Like when they do that, the best I get is just hats. So like honestly, hats. Longer the turf, you have the roots and less weeds. Taller turf helps smoother. Yeah, taller turf helps smother the weeds. That is true because if you leave the lawn shorter and more exposed, like the turf is more exposed and the grass roots are more exposed, birds and stuff that come on by, they can put weeds and stuff in there and it's just a big giant mess. So, and also these fert companies though too, certain things that they spray are actually just helping the lawn stay like a lot more moist. But then I think some of what the fert companies are spraying are actually making the deck just cake up big time. So what are your tips and tricks to have the mower decks not get caked up? Me, it's as simple as you just got to scrape every 8 to 10 lawns. Like honestly, it's just depending on the conditions. The more scraping you do, the more that deck you clear out, the better. I do like the Cub Cadet deck. So we have the Pro X 660 deck, Joe. That deck it's more of a mulching style deck, but I always scrape the Cub Cadet way more less than I did the Multi-Force deck, because the Multi-Force deck has got that baffle adjustment, which A is nice, but B, stuff just cakes up there big time. It just absolutely just cakes up there. And the Bobcat deck, like they have that, what's it called, that Aero FX deck. I think that's what it's called. I think I'm butchering it, but like the Air FX deck. It does it's a pretty good job. Wet weather, not so much. We are in for a rowdy conversation, Joe. So we are priming up everyone here, Joe, for the convo on Sunday, and we'll be getting him on the show next. I think Joe might sleep in his trailer and on his mowers, so you can't beat that. So that's what we really like to hear. But yeah, so between the decks, the mowers that we've tried out this year, I got the demo a still mower for a couple weeks. I got the demo and try out a Ferris Z3X for a while, which I liked everything about it, but the deck's not deep enough. It's a pretty thin deck, and I think it's more that those Ferrises, I would argue they're probably meant for more of a warmer, warmer season grass, past like Tennessee. It's just it was a good mower, but it didn't cut any of my Kentucky blues and rye and fescues very well. Like the Skag though, Skag had a pretty deep deck, except the demo they gave me, the mower was leaving a weird streak between the first and second blade. I don't know what that was. It had like 50 hours on it, and it was doing that. Yep, I take the baffles out too. I've took there's a small baffle piece on the Cub Cadet and the Multi-Force. Mosuri knows about this too, switching out the blades. He says his right mower was leaking there a little bit. I think Cameron and I had the same problem, Joe, which it could be that oil hose or the drain hose area. But taking that little metal baffle piece out, just a small one, made the big world of a difference for me on the Multi-Force and the Cub Cadet. I felt like my Multi-Force, that deck clogged up more with that little piece on there. They have it there for a reason. They probably have it there just to stop things from shooting down or shooting out and hitting people. But that little baffle piece made a big difference taking that out. I even tried to remove, when I demoed this Skag V-Ride XL 61, I took the entire front baffle part out because it's got 3 different levels, because guys were doing that to cut in wet conditions, and let's just say that worked. But you want to get a face full of grass, do it like that. Some guys were like literally taking that whole entire front, like it's a giant like triangle baffle piece in front on the XL V-Ride, and you can take it out, but no, I put that immediately back in, and that was kind of difficult to put back in because the way the grass and things build up on it. But hey, there he is. Hey, Aaron, the turbo baffle helps us to spread the clippings out more evenly over the lawn. For the baffle on the Multi-Force, taking out that small little piece though, I felt like it shot everything farther away. But you can't really beat the Turbo Force deck, hands down. I think Toro's got that right. See, Cameron, the blow up baffle, always leave that on. It's a small little piece here. I mean, I can try to find it here for you. Oh man, I would have to pull up a diagram. I think I would send pictures of Toro Multi-Force baffle. Maybe it'll just show up here. Never know. Is it that little piece? Lawnmower baffle. Problem is, when you use Brave browser here, it doesn't always search the right way. Like, I use the Brave browser, but I'm still searching back on Google, even though Google's probably taken all of our private okay, here we go. I'm gonna share this really quickly here. Screen share. Here we go. Where is it? Baffle Multi-Force. So something like this here. If I can open this picture, but that's basically it there. If you guys can, hold on. That thing here. I'll try to zoom in. It doesn't let me like blow the picture up. I can visit the site. Duh. Half awake. There, this thing. I don't think this is the exact one, but yes, this. I ripped that sucker right out. Okay. You know what? It doesn't tab to the next page. Here, hold on. Oh man. Goodness sakes. Give me a minute here. This is always just fun. eBay. I'm going to eBay. There we go. Gents. This thing. So I took that out, and that makes a huge of a difference. That was just actually, I'd argue, when you put 1,000 hours on it a season, I would argue that this actually made the machine clog up more, because you get a whole bunch of grass clogging like underneath it and behind that. But what Aaron's saying is also valid. We should have like a debate. It's a turbo baffle. Take that out, you actually get mounds of grass that don't spread out properly. You know, that could be true, but I'd still argue, because the lawns are so wet. We know about dewy, wet lawns there in the morning. Grass would actually clog up behind that and not just discharge out. So, but I have been adjusting on the Multi-Force. I have been actually adjusting the knob where you can adjust the baffle for wet, mulching, or dry grass. But taking this right out made a heck of a difference. No, it really did. So, like, if your Bradley has something like that, what I would do is rip this out first. So maybe I'm crazy. Haven't had any problems yet though with it, but Aaron does raise valid points. So I take the side discharge baffle out on the Z3. Yeah, because when I had the Z3X, they had something like that too. I didn't rip it out because it was like they literally dropped me off a brand new mower, and I mowed on it for like 10 hours. And I just didn't like how that Ferris cut. Maybe it was just the type of grass, but I didn't like really how it cut. But anyways, guys, my time's up. I'm getting pizza. Greg never came on, which I don't know why. And I'm going to bed because I got to get up and cut that grass and make that cash, or as what Mr. Producer says,
cut that cash and make that grass.